Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite cat channel, Cat to Live. As promised in this video of auto movement in NX assemblies, no extra module required. We have completed the required comments, so I'm going to launch the very first tutorial on assembly sequence. So the module name is assembly sequence through which I have generated those automated movements in assembly. Now we are planning to make this course in a streamline so that you are not going to miss any detail on assembly sequence. In this course, we are going to divide the videos this is going to be as class 1, then we are going to plan the class 2, then class 3, class 4. So in this manner, you are going to be get entertained. Along with that, you will not get boredom while learning the assembly sequence. So let's start the very first tutorial on assembly sequence. Firstly, you have to click on Assemblies tab in the ribbon. Then here you will find the Sequence button in the ribbon. If someone is not getting this button in the ribbon, for that, just go to the Customize by having the right click in the ribbon. Then here search for Sequence. Now you need to drag and drop so that you will get the button there. So I'm just going to again put it like this so that you can see how it is going to be get reflected in the ribbon. Now the first step is just to find the sequence. Now let's move forward with the next step. But before we proceed, let's read the definition for once. It says as opens the assembly sequence task environment to control the order of component assembly or disassembly and simulate component motion. Now we are going to focus on three terms: to control the order of component assembly or disassembly and simulate component motion. That means we can assemble or disassemble, and at the same time we can also simulate those assembles or disassembles. So this is how sequence is going to help us to understand the definition of assembly sequence. Now let's move forward. I'm just going to launch this environment. As you can see, currently I'm in NX modeling. So I'm just going to click on sequence. Now you can see here is the different environment which says as NX assembly sequence. So that's why in the definition, if I just again go back, and here you can see opens the assembly sequence task environment. That means the environment of sequence is entirely different. It is not going to land in the modeling or assembly. The sequence has its own environment. Now, after you land to the page of environment of assembly sequence, here are certain buttons which need to be taken care of. For the beginner level, they can complete with the sequence steps only and playback. So they are going to complete with both of them. So that means they are done for the beginner level. But if you want to be pro, then you have to go to tools, collisions, and measurements. So this is how we are going to put the series. Like first, we are going to understand about the assembly sequence, then sequence steps, then we are going to understand the playback, then tools, then collision, then measurement. So this is how it is going to proceed. Now let's understand about each and everything. Now let's move forward. Here we have assembly navigator. Similarly, we are going to have the sequence navigator. So in the resource bar options, you have to activate the sequence navigator. Now let's come to the assembly sequence group. Here I have already made two sequences, sequence 1 and sequence 2. Let's play them. To play the sequences, you have to click on this. This is play forward, this is play backward. I'll get into detail, but let's play this first. You can also use your mouse to control the motion like this while being in the sequence. So your mouse is not going to be get deactivated, it will be in active state. So this is play backward, and you can see I can zoom in, zoom out, and also rotate this simultaneously when the sequence is also getting played. Now this is sequence 1. Now let's play the sequence 2. Let's increase the speed to 9, and this is how it is going to look like. Now if you see the difference that in sequence 1 the parts are not getting disappeared, but in sequence 2, if I stop this, you can see the parts are there. But in sequence 2, you can see the parts are getting disappeared after they disassemble from the main assembly. So we are going to learn that trick as well. Now I'm just going to click on new to define a new sequence. Here you will see sequence 1, sequence 2 and sequence 3. In sequence 1, you will see we have sequence navigator, and under that navigator we have certain motions, camera, motion, then cameras, motion, then cameras. And these are your step number 10, step number 20, and these are your frames. If I just go to the forward, that means to the ultimate state where this ends. So here you can see these are the frames. This is the playback speed. Like if I just go to the previous frame, which is 67, now let's read the definition again. This is the game of understanding. Okay, I can understand that this is going to be too much into the concept, but this is how we learn. Now let's read the definition once again. Displays the current frame that is being played in the sequence and goes to one chosen or entered. You can either enter or can have the chosen frame from here, like this. So I'm just giving you the introduction part of sequence, like how the sequence looks like. Now we are going to move forward with the navigator thing, like what are we getting in the navigator, how we are going to control the assembly sequence in the graphics window. Now let's go to the assembly sequence and we are going to complete this tab now. So here we have finish, and the shortcut is Control plus Q. If we click on finish, it will bring us back to the modeling environment, and if we go to the sequence, it will land to the assembly sequence. As you know, I have already clicked on new. That means there should be sequence 3. So here you can see we have sequence 3. So this is how the assembly sequence group is going to help you with finish, new, and this is your sequence number. Before you insert any motion in the sequence, make sure you should be in the sequence navigator, and along with that, the required sequence must be chosen here. Like if I just go to sequence 2 and if I click on insert motion, then the inserted motion is going to be stored in sequence 2, but you want to store that motion in sequence 3. So be aware of that you need to first activate the required sequence. So I'm just going to activate the sequence 3. Now this is one of the most important step of inserting the motion. I need your total focus here. Now let's understand about the record component motion. This is select object. This is motion record preferences, which I prefer not to disturb at this level. Now here you can see we have step size calculation. This is as specified, what is the maximum distance, what is the maximum angle, and these are the maximum number of frames. So this is how it is going to look like. But I'm just going to have this step size as fine, and this is going to be okay for the automatic. Now we have camera. Through camera we can just rotate the motion and record the motion, which is going to be get displayed here, and this is close or cancel. I'm just going to close this. Now what do you mean by camera? Camera means if I just go to this, so this motion is going to be get recorded here. So this is what is meant by camera. Now again just go to insert motion. So these are the highlighted ones. That's why I have covered the highlighted ones. Now you can see these are grayed out. Why? Because first we need to select the object. Now let's click on select objects. So I have clicked on it. You can see no separate window is just going to get pop up in the graphics window. So once you hit the click on select object, you need to select the object from the window. So I'm just going to select this small pin, and here these commands get activated. So here we have move objects and here we have move handles only. I hope you have the clarity regarding move handles only. If you don't, let me just clear that. So move handles only mean it will move the handle only, which is this one. So you can rotate it, you can do whatever you want to do with the handle. It is not going to impact your selection of the object or the object you have selected. It is not going to impact the selected object. So you need not to worry much about the move handles only. You need to take care of move objects. Now if you click on this, so first I'm just going to have the motion of move handles correct. Like this is going to be in the z vector, but you can see this is slightly rotated. So I'm just going to have the rotation proper here. Or what we can do is we have certain options. Like if I just move the object, let's move the object after clicking on this move object. So I'm just going to click like this. Now this is the vector. So I'm just going to change the vector to xc like here. So you can see this has been rotated to x coordinate. If I just select the y and then just go to y, so it will get to y like this. Now let's go to z. So I'm just want z to z vector. This is z and I need the x to be on x proper. So this is going to be x. Now you can see we have certain motion on this object, but our handle is now in perfect condition. Earlier we were having a distortion to the axis, now it is perfect. Now what I want is, like you can see there is a certain motion, it is going to be get rotated by this. So I want this to be at the original position. So I'm just going to have the rotation by 90 here. Just hit 90 here like this. Now you can see this is how the motion will come. So I hope you have the clarity regarding the move object. Then we have move handles, and this is the inferred vector for the vector alignment. And if I click on move handles only and then just go to snap handles to work coordinate system, it will go to the work coordinate system. And here we again can have the motion of the object. So this is how it is going to perform the motion recording, and then just click on OK. Now I'm just going to cancel this. Now we have our motion recorded here, and now I'm just going to play this at the playback speed of 3. So let's play this. I'm going to increase the speed, like how we have covered all the path to the last position. Let's again play this. So you can see each step has been recorded in the motion of insert motion with the select object then move object. So that is all for class 1. I hope you are just going to have the revision of class 1, because this is the fundamentals of assembly sequence. This is the foundation. So I want you to understand the foundation with utmost care. Please do not skip any step, any definition. If you want to read the definition of insert motion, you can read on your own. if you want to read the definition of assembly, disassembly, so you can just go through all the definitions if you want to, if you want to master the assembly sequence, because this is so important to have the knowledge on assembly sequence, because there are certain interesting things which are going to have a huge impact on your portfolio. So that is all for this tutorial. I hope you are going to have the class 2 on assembly sequence very soon. So till then, bye bye, take care. And if you believe that you have learned something new today, then please do hit a like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our channel.